My name is Edward Tristram, or Ed. I'm 36 years old, and my biggest fear is spiders. So when I lived in Neath, I lived with my dad, who was quite elderly, and he had a gate in the back garden, and we used to hang out in the back garden. We used to hang out there was lanes that we used to hang out with around Neath, and I remember standing with my back. There always used to be a spider's nest, and in that gate, and I remember standing against it, and my friend once said, "Oh, Paul," so I go by Paul. He was like, "Paul, watch out, there's the spider's nest." And I turned around and I went, "Oh God, it's not there this year." It was there. It was now attached to my back. So a little spider ran across my chest, and I batted it off, and I was like, "That's horrible." Then another, and then they all came round with Mama. And I ran home pretty much naked, actually. I screamed, I was ripping my clothes off, and I just ran through the streets and pretty much in my pants got home, and yeah. So that was immensely traumatic. I'm irrationally afraid of spiders. Like, I know about spiders. I know theoretically, unless I'm allergic, there's none in the UK that can hurt me. Like, I know all this stuff, but I'm still deathly afraid of them. So yeah, it's a phobia.
If you could draw how you feel when you see a spider, or like what would freak you out the most?
It's a huge spider weighing me down.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what it's been doing.
My name is Morgan. I'm 19. My biggest fear is drowning. When I was about 10 years old, me and my family were holidaying in Spain, and we went swimming at the beach, and it was quite a windy day, so the tide was a bit stronger than usual. And I was out swimming kind of off on my own a bit, and I got caught in a riptide, and I was being pulled out to sea decently quickly, and I was quite small, wasn't nearly a strong enough swimmer to do anything about it. So as I was being pulled out, I started yelling and screaming for help. Luckily there was a guy close enough that did hear me, and he was a much stronger swimmer than little 10-year-old me, so he came over and he made sure to grab onto me, and he was able to get us back towards the shore. I think it was mostly just panic, to be honest. The adrenaline really starts to kick in when you realise that a situation is completely out of your control. Like, kind of, you know that shot in Jaws from the shark's perspective as you're looking up? It's like that.
Look the camera dead on if you want to.
I think this fizz, it's gonna probably stick with me, but mostly because it's already taken it's taken a back burner in my mind. It's not a big thing anymore. It's more just kind of a greater wariness than it is an outright fear now.
Fear is such a weird thing, because I consider fear like a really good motivator. Like, fear is a fantastic motivator until you have too much of it. I think fear is great. Fear can keep you alive. Fear can keep you sharp. Fear can really make you think about situations where you might be reckless. Like I have a very strong will to survive. I think my advice for me, who I'm younger, or anybody who's young and struggling with fears, is like, it doesn't matter how you deal with it. It doesn't matter if you want to do research or just medicate or something. Like, I'm not afraid to admit, like, yeah, I need diazepam when I fly. I'm not sad about that. I don't care. That's what it's for. But at the same time, I don't need therapy for spiders, but some people might. Do whatever works for you. If it's research, exposure, whatever. But work hard at it, because otherwise you'll find that it will control you.